So is this time is okay for all of you? 9 o'clock? Actually my two slots like evening 6 o'clock to 9 o'clock is already filled and morning 9 to 11 is also full. So I'm finding only this time, that's why I'm keeping it at 9 o'clock. Is this okay?
So for me it is good, but we have to ask other person connected. For me it is good.
Okay. So I will be going with this time anyway. In case if you're not able to attend any of the class, I can share you the videos through a different platform. So you don't want to worry in case if you're missing any particular session.
Okay.
Okay. So today I will be talking about the syllabus. Mostly you might have seen my video, but still I'll be giving you an introduction. There's a formal introduction to the syllabus. So when I talk, what you can do is you can turn off your mic, and then in case if you need to ask anything, you can ask in between, no problem. Okay, so that is how we generally do. You can turn off your mic whenever I talk, and whenever you want to ask something, you can just turn it on and you can speak. Okay?
Okay, sir.
So we will be talking about the introduction, the syllabus, and tomorrow we will start with the first topic. And then we will continue like that. So I will go to the PPT now, this PDF now. Just 1 second. Okay, you can see here, right?
Yes,
so
sir.
The first chapter is sociology, the discipline. So here it's all about, the emergence of sociology. Any subject, any discipline, you need to know the emergence of that particular subject. So here sociology emerged in response to certain challenges posed by modernity. Okay, so there was modernity in medieval Europe. We will see what is modernity. We will discuss age of enlightenment, Renaissance period and everything. Then social changes in Europe, and we will talk about emergence of sociology. This is a very simple topic, and you can see every year they ask question from this. So from this chapter you can expect one question for sure, and mostly it will be directly from the emergence of sociology. You will get either a short note or you will get a long question for sure. Okay, second one, scope of the subject. So what we are studying in sociology, that is what all about scope of subject. So and comparison with other social sciences like sociology and economy, sociology and history, sociology and anthropology, sociology, philosophy, all these comparisons. And you don't want to separately prepare all these. Once we done with thinkers and once we complete sociology, you will be having a very good idea about the scope of the subject. So actually this particular question, even though when we start with the class, I will tell you this answer and we will discuss this, but I would also suggest you just read it and end of it, because once we're done with the thinkers, we are going to do the thinkers, okay, immediately after the 3 chapters. So there you will get better perspectives and better understanding, and you will understand the scope of sociology in real sense. Okay, and you will be in a position to compare it with any other sciences. You will not face any problem with respect to this topic. So first topic you need to study just like that. Second topic you will be in a position to answer it better once we complete the thinkers. That is the idea, rather than studying this topic separately. Okay, separately also you can study, and you can mechanically study, you can mechanically write an answer, because this is a comparison with hard. You can expect the same question, history and sociology, history and philosophy, history, sociology, political science, like the direct question is expected. You can prepare, but you will be in a position to write better answer once we complete the thinkers. Similarly, sociology and common sense also. So first thing you need to know is why this particular debate is there, why this topic is there. It is because of the debate whether sociology is similar to common sense or not. So there are some sections of people, they say that sociology is nothing more than common sense. But sociologists will say that sociology is much more than common sense. So what is actually the reality? Whether sociology is nothing more than common sense, or is there anything more in sociology than common sense, is what we are actually going to discuss. The reason for this debate, you will understand when we discuss this. It is actually whatever sociology study, like religion, family, right? All these marriage, social institutions that we study, all are rooted in the minds of the people. So it is already there in the minds of all people. And if I'm asking you, let's study family today, or let's talk about marriage today, or we will talk about religion today, you may say that what is nothing to do in that. We are living in a family and we know what is family, what is the functions of family. That's what normally people think. So what I'm saying is, the constituents of society, all these social institutions that sociology study are already rooted in the minds of the people. So people mistakenly believe that sociology is nothing more than common sense, and that is actually the reason for this particular topic. And once we're done with this, once we're done with thinkers, you will understand it is actually much more than, you know, common sense. So we will do that anyway. So that's about the first chapter, and one question is actually expected from this, and it is, you will not face any problem here from here, this topic. Then next is sociology as science. So here also we will see whether sociology is a science or not. That is also another question, because initially when sociology emerged, sociology is a very young discipline. It came in 1838. So what the initial sociologists did is, they wanted to make it similar to natural science. Then only you will get that acceptance in society. So they started using methods, perspectives, etc. directly from sociology, directly from natural sciences. That is the reason why this topic is there, whether sociology is science or not. So we will see supporting arguments, we will see you know, the criticisms also, and we will understand what is science. All these things we will see. Then major theoretical strands, okay, positivism and its critique. We will discuss fact value objectivity, non-positivist methodology. These are theoretical, slightly difficult. You may face some problem here. The first 3 chapters may be somewhat dry, but if you're gone through the first 3 chapters, once we complete that, then sociology is going to be very easy. Then comes stratification, which is a very easy you know, chapter. You will get a lot of understanding from there. So next is research method. Again, very direct only. So from here, second chapter is very important. From this 5 topic, you can expect 2 questions. Either they will ask about science, or they will ask about problem of objectivity. Okay, positivism or non-positivism. Alternate year, definitely they will change and they will ask. This year positivism, next year non-positivism. It is for sure they will ask. There are some years they will ask both also. In fact, both together was asked. Okay. So there are 2-3 questions are possible from this chapter. For 2 questions are for sure. So the advantage in paper 1 is you can actually predict what you can expect, and you can expect these questions, and it is very easy to score also in paper 1. Paper 1, there is nothing dynamic. Questions will be direct. Whatever you are preparing, exactly the same is what you need to write, but the conceptual clarity is more important. That's it. See, I have 3 times I have given mains. First time I have got 170 plus, second time also I got 170 plus, third time it was relatively less, for everyone it was less, and that time also I got around 150. So paper 1, and when I got this 150 in paper 2 I got 120. So paper 2 nobody can, you know, give you guarantee. Even if a person who don't know anything about sociology, he go and write, he may score 170 in paper 2. So paper 2, nobody can guarantee you. It depends on your time, luck, and the way you write. A lot of other things are also involved in paper 2. It will be general in nature. So there is obvious limitations in paper 2, but paper 1 is in your hand. You can simply and very easily score 170. 170 plus you can easily get. And that makes you through, you know, this 320, 300 marks. So if you need to score 300, make sure it is not, you cannot divide it like 135 135 or 150 150, not possible. You have to divide like this. 170 should be there in paper 1, and it is very much possible. It is very much possible, very easily possible, because all these topics we have very good materials, and when you attend the class you will understand each and every topic, understand the concept and go with it. Again, this is also direct, qualitative, quantitative, but I would say you don't want to study these chapters also in the beginning, because you will see when you study about thinkers, different thinkers are using quantitative methods, different thinkers are using qualitative methods. For example, positivist. So here I talked about positivist, right? The positivist use quantitative, and the non-positivist we use qualitative. And when you study thinkers, I'm taking some names now. but you will not face any problem later. Now you may face difficulty. Weber is talking about qualitative methods. Durkheim was talking about quantitative methods. There are theories of Durkheim like suicide and all. These are classical exhibition of use of quantitative methods in sociology. But there are obvious limitations in using quantitative methods in sociology, because sociology is dealing with human beings. And you know, the emotions, intentions, motives, meanings, etc. cannot be quantified in terms of numbers. So there are limitations, that's why qualitative method is there. So in sociology, the better method will be qualitative. We will see what are the differences, and don't want to break your head. I'll give you the answer also when we go in the order. First chapter, second chapter, third chapter we will go. But you will get better clarity and better understanding once you're done with thinkers, and you will be in a position to write your own answer rather than depending on the PDF or the answer that I am giving. And that's what actually expected, and that's what required. That will be scoring. Techniques of data collection, there's a very simple direct topic, like different techniques like interview, questionnaire, observation, direct observation, indirect observation. All these are different techniques of data collection, case study, all these will come. We will discuss that. And this particular topic, nobody can guarantee you also. There can be hundreds of techniques of data collection. And we can study, few which is used by the thinkers, which you need to study. So this is one topic which is very dynamic. You can, some year they asked about content analysis, and we were not studying that in any thinkers or anywhere. We have never seen. So those kinds of questions, that is not in your hand. But understand, everybody will face that problem. Not only the person you are going to face the problem, everybody will face. So hundreds and thousands of techniques are there for data collection, and nobody can do it completely. So if they want to make it a tough paper, they can simply ask you like serendipity, content analysis, which you might not have heard of, because we are not studying all these in thinkers, and here also we are not going to study those kinds of techniques. So but you don't want to worry about that. Whatever possible we will do. But I'm saying this particular topic is slightly dynamic, and they can trouble you in this particular topic, but generally that won't happen. Exceptions are there. In 2012 mains, if you see, they ask content analysis like that. That was the year, that was an exception. Okay. Then these are very simple topics: variables, sampling, hypothesis, reliability, validity. These are very simple topic. We will do that. Then this is your main area. I would say directly this is 60%, and indirectly this comes around 80 to 90% indirectly, because in the coming chapters all are connected to thinkers, whether it is religion, whether it is family, whether it is social change. All you need to answer on the basis of these thinkers, and you don't want to study that separately. Once you're done with thinkers, everything, I will connect everything. You don't want to do that task. I will connect everything, every chapter with every thinker. Even the positivism, non-positivism also, I will connect positivism with this person, not only positivism. So you will be able to understand positivism completely with this thinker, quantitative method also with this thinker. When it comes to non-positivism, you will understand better with this thinker, and qualitative method also with this thinker. Like that we can connect everything. Okay, so this is very important. I'm not talking about the thinkers now. This is very interesting, and I'm very strong in thinkers, and that's my strong area, and I'm expecting that once we're done with the classes, you will also be very strong in thinkers, and that's what actually expected. So Max Weber, Emile Durkheim, only these names and the name of the theories are different. I hope you might have seen few of my videos in YouTube, so you will understand these theories are only difficult in their names. When you see class struggle, when you see historical materialism, division of labor, religion, and so all these are very simple theories. Okay, so theories I'll discuss later. We don't want to get into that now. We will do that when the appropriate time comes. Now then, stratification and mobility. See, this is a chapter which is considered very important, not only from sociology point of view, but from your GS point of view, your essay point of view, and you will be able to write beautiful essays, and ethics also. This is going to help you a lot. Okay, see, you can see the concepts here: equality. Okay, so equality, inequality, hierarchy, exclusion, poverty, deprivation, all these are connected to your paper 1 GS social aspects. Also, it is connected to your GS paper 3 economy. It is connected to your essay, and it is also connected to ethics. You can write beautiful answers, and more importantly, if you have a very good perspective from this chapter, your personality will also change. The way you see these things will definitely change. Now, how you understand poverty, inequality, etc., and how you're going to understand these poverty, inequality after completion of this chapter will be entirely different. I will be able to convince you that inequality is functional in society, and all the efforts that the government is taking, it will never help you to remove inequality, because society is surviving and functioning because of inequality. If inequality is not there, if everybody is equal, if there is an egalitarian society, the society cannot function. So it is a society which is maintaining inequality. I'll tell you the reasons also, I'll convince you. Okay. And after that, exactly the opposite also we will see in terms of Marx theory. So we will see the different perspectives, and I tell you how these theories are actually going to help you in ethics also. For example, if you take, there is a theory by Robert Merton, this theory of deviance. Okay, this theory of deviance is actually known as theory of anomie. You don't want to know it technically, so he is talking about a concept of means and goals, and he is giving 5 different situations. You don't want to know the names: conformist, innovator, ritualist, rebellion, retreatist, etc. Okay, so conformist, I am not interested in you knowing these names at this point of time. Means the path you need to follow. Goals, you need to achieve something, right? It's that you need to become rich, etc. So you follow, there is a possibility that you follow the correct means and achieve the goal, right? So this is one way. Then comes innovator. He may go for a different mean and achieve the goal. Third possibility is that you may not achieve the goal, but you will follow the means. Then there is a possibility you won't follow the means, you won't achieve the goals. So this particular theory that we are learning in sociology, and I tell you how you going to apply this in your ethics paper. Directly like this, you can apply this in your ethics paper. Any case study, if you are getting the best option. For example, there is a flood. Okay, there is a flood, and you are a district collector or you are a superintendent of police. You need to evacuate some people. Okay, or you need to do certain measures over there. So you need to follow the right means and right goals. This is your first preferred option, the best option. Right means, right goals means for evacuating, you will get the government supports and the people supports and everything, and you will evacuate people. You achieve the goal also over there, and you follow the correct means. Your goal is basically to evacuate the people from that particular situation. Okay, so that is the goal. In an alternate approach, some people, you may not have enough facility to do that. So some truck or vehicles, etc. is required, but you don't have that. And some people having that, but they are not willing to give you. So you threaten them, and you do that. So you threaten them means it is negative mean. That is not the correct means, right? But you achieve the goal. This is your second best option because you are achieving the goal. Third option, this is what generally bureaucrats do. They follow the rules properly. So you follow the means, but you necessarily won't achieve the goal. This is what, but what Gandhi says is you follow the correct means always. This is Gandhian approach. You will always achieve the goal, but it is not necessary that you will achieve the goal. This is your third option, best option in your case studies. See, there may be possibility that they have given you the options and you need to pick, or there is a possibility that you need to make the options and you need to pick the best option. So this is the best option that you can choose in that particular situation, and you can make accordingly options or the conclusion based on this theory. Okay, so this is how I'm just giving you one simple strategy for writing ethics paper. I was ethics topper that year in 2014. So I've just followed these kind of approaches only. I've applied Merton across, and I was able to score good even in ethics also, not only in sociology. So that is the beauty of these thinkers. These thinkers are going to give you a lot of perspective. Okay, now here comes dimensions, social these are different dimensions of stratification. We will see that. At this point it may be difficult. Social mobility, movement of people from one strata to other, sources and causes of mobility, we will see that. Okay, so mobility means you are going to become an IAS officer or IPS officer, etc. You will become socially mobile, you will go to the upper strata, right? That's what you mean by mobility. So sources, causes, etc., like getting education, getting employment, even getting married also, you will get rich. Okay, so all these are the sources. Works and economic life. So this we will study. This first topic is actually coming from Marx only. So this we will study within Marx. There is no need to study here separately. Okay, there is no need to study here separately. Completely, what is slave society, what is feudal society, what is industrial, we will study this in Marx. Then this may be very common topic, and this is why people think sociology is nothing more than common sense. Labor and society, formal and informal organization. So we will see that. Okay, then politics and society, sociological theories of power, mainly in Weber we will do. Okay, and then we will talk about Parsons also. He is also a thinker that you need to study. Marxian understanding of power is even more important. We will discuss from thinkers all these, and some other 2-3 minor theories are there that we will cover here. And you can see other topics, these are very simple and very common topics, but we need to write and we need to see things in a sociological perspective. For example, when I have told you inequality, we have to see that and we need to write that in a sociological perspective. At this time, when I am talking about inequality, you may consider it as not good, right? It is not good for society. Egalitarian society is what is expected, and all these things you will say. But there are certain functions for inequalities. So that's what sociological perspective or sociological language. We will come to that. You will understand. Everything will go in a step by step. See, people write sociology paper and everybody will expect around 250, 300 marks. 300 marks is what you are expecting after writing the paper, because paper will be very simple, but you end up with 200, 220, 230 maximum. The reason is you are not writing in sociological language. Okay, see, sociology, you don't want to be a sociologist to write in a sociological language. You just need to follow the way I talk to you. So you will get a glimpse of, a sociologist. Even I am also not a sociologist. In fact, I am an accidental teacher. Okay, so, but you need to be in a position to write in sociological perspective, and I'll make sure that you will do that. So, sociological theories of power, and all these I am not explaining here. These are very common: protest, agitation, social movements, collective action, revolution. Social movement, one module is there in paper 2, and social movements, collective action, together we will combine it and we will study that. Okay, so this chapter, the very same chapter is repeating in paper 2 also, this politics and society. So what we will do, we need to integrate this paper 1 and paper 2, and we need to study this. The fundamental difference between paper 1 and paper 2 is, one is international perspective, the core sociology. Paper 2 is application of sociology in the Indian context, that is Indian sociology. So this chapter directly you will see in paper 2 also. Then religion and society, sociological theories of religion. You will study theories already from Weber, Marx, okay, and Durkheim. All these thinkers we will be studying, and you will study this automatically in thinkers. And after, so theories are already done. Then after that, what is left out? These are very simple topics. What are the religious practices? Animism, monism, pluralism, okay, and then sect, cult, etc. Religion in modern society, secularism, secularization, revivalism, fundamentalism. All these are your GS topics also. GS1, Indian society, that area it will come. Okay. So, and religion is there in paper 2 also. It will come in paper 2 also. So we will integrate this 2 and we will study like that. Next is systems of kinship. So very common: family, household, marriage, types and forms of family like nuclear family, joint family, single parent family, all these live-in family, all these we will discuss. Extended family, lineage and descent. This is the only technical concept here in this particular chapter. Otherwise all these are very simple. This is slightly technical. People will study this topic without understanding what is actual concept, but we'll do that. Only one technical topic is that only. Then patriarchy. What is patriarchy? Why sexual division of labor? We will see. contemporary trends. What is the new trends? We will see that. I'm just introducing sociology, that's it here. Then social change in modern society. We will talk about social change. Already from Marx we will talk about social change. Then Weber also and Durkheim also. So 3 main important theories are covered. Then some small theories will come here like Immanuel Wallerstein, etc. But not that significant. Then other topics are very simple. Development and dependency, okay? Agents of social change, like education is an agent of social change, law is an agent of social change, okay? Science and technology is an agent of social change, constitution is an agent of social change. Like that, we will discuss the different agents of social change, and in fact it is asked separately also, education and social change. How education resulting in social change? We will see that. Science and technology, how is it resulting in social change? Okay, so all these things will be discussed in detail. Science and technology, for example, the life of female is improved drastically, especially because of science and technology. And how is it affecting the old age people, right? Because of dishwashers, washing machines, etc. The household works is actually coming down, so they can go out and they can do the other works, and the women's share in paid work is actually increasing because of science and technology. We will discuss different dimensions. Social dimensions is what we need to discuss. So that's about, paper 1. Now if you move to paper 2, all these will be very familiar. One chapter I have missed out here, that is related to the thinkers. 3 perspectives are here, just like what we have discussed in thinkers in paper 1. Then apart from that, idea of Indian village and village studies. Then agrarian social structure, evolution of land tenure system. So we will discuss about different land tenure systems like permanent settlement, Mahalwari settlement, Rotwari settlements, etc. Then land reforms like abolition of zamindars to tenancy reforms, then ceiling on land holding, consolidation of land holding, cooperative farming. All these reforms we'll discuss. These are related to post-independence. This is related to post-independence. This is during British period. Caste system. Again, going to give you very good perspective about Indian society. This is very important from your GS also and sociology also, sociology paper 2. So different perspectives, and then features of caste system like occupations, hereditary occupations, all this untouchability, okay? So endogamy, marrying from within, all these are the features of caste system. Untouchability, forms and perspective, we mainly see the Ambedkar perspective and Gandhian perspective. Always they will ask this question also. Then tribal communities in India, what are the problems in defining tribes? See, we can't define tribe on the basis of backwardness. There are many tribes which are very much advanced. For example, if you take a Meena community, they are in IAS, IPS, so almost all areas you can see Meena tribes. So you can't say on the basis of backwardness. You can't define on the basis of language also, because different people are talking different language. You can't explain on the basis of culture, because their culture is also different for different tribes. Okay, so there are some problems in defining tribes, and that's what we're going to see here. Geographical spread, this is actually a geography topic, like what are the geographical locations. So in South India we need to see Nilgiri and that areas, then north part, central part, northeastern part, western part, what are the different tribes. So we will see that, okay. Then colonial policies and tribes, various forest acts and the policies of integration, policies of assimilation, policy of separations, all those we will see. So you don't want to take it as difficult. All these are actually easy when it comes to that particular time, okay. Issues of integration and autonomy, what are the problems of integrating them. Then this is different social classes in India, agrarian class like peasants, zamindars, all these, industrial class, middle class. Systems of kinship in India, the same chapter we have discussed in paper 1 also, so the same, but here it is in India. So lineage and descent, the same topic. Types of kinship system, here it is in India. Family and marriage in India. Household dimensions of family, patriarchy, there also we have discussed. Entitlements and sexual division of labor. So all these are the same, but in Indian context we need to see. So religion and society, here it is religious communities in India and problems of religious minorities. Okay, so what are the minorities except Hindus? Others are minorities. So we will see common problems, and they can ask you specific problems also. They can ask you questions related to Jews, or specific issues can be asked which is related to the current affairs. Then social changes in India, idea of development planning, mixed economy. Okay, constitution, law and social change, education and social change. See, this constitution etc., this itself is an agent of social change. Constitution brings social change, or law brings social change. So it is an initiator of social change. It initiates social change. For example, equality or law. Because of laws, you can talk about a Widow Remarriage Act, right? Anti-Sati resolution, the change. And you can also talk about Hindu Marriage Act or Domestic Violence Act. The law changed the entire life of the female, right? Similarly, constitution bringing equality. So I can say these are indicator of social change also, because when there is a new law coming, it indicates that the society is changing. It initiates social change also in a desirable direction. Okay, so all those things we'll discuss. Education, social change we have seen in paper 1 also, exactly the same. So then rural and agrarian transformation in India. So all these are important for your economy and your post-independence also. All these are connected to post-independence. So this community development programs, cooperatives, poverty alleviation schemes, all those wage employment, self-employment schemes, etc. Everything we will discuss. All the development programs we'll discuss. Okay. Then green revolution and social change. But see, when we study about this green revolution, here our perspective will be different, entirely different. We won't talk only in terms of production, productivity, self-sufficiency, etc. We will see how is it connected to family, or how is it connected to religion, or how is it connected to the caste, how is it connected to patriarchy, how is it creating regional inequality, how is it creating income inequality. All these dimensions we will discuss, apart from this ecological consequences, income inequality, etc. For example, there was a study by one famous sociologist. So that study says the reduction in sex, or the adverse sex ratio in Punjab and Haryana is because of green revolution. What she is saying is, when there is this Punjab and Haryana, there is a high demand for agriculture labor, right? When there is high demand for agriculture labor, what will happen? The wages will go up for agriculture labor in Punjab and Haryana. But in non-green revolution area, the wages are very low. So these male population will migrate from non-green revolution to green revolution area. But they can't take their wives and family, right? Because these are farmers and laborers. So they won't get much wages to survive with the family. So only the peasants or the agricultural laborers will go. So the male population will go. That means in the destination area, the male population will increase, and here in the non-green revolution area, female population will increase. So actually the reason for adverse sex ratio in Punjab and Haryana is one of the reason is actually green revolution. Second reason that she is saying is, I'm talking about Nivedita Menon. Okay, so I'll tell you which all books you need to buy and which all books you need to read, everything later I'll tell you. So she's also saying that because of green revolution they had access to money. Now when you have access to money, you have access to technology. So this PCPNDT Act, etc., we will discuss, Preconception and Prenatal Diagnostic Act, etc., which came later because of this only. They have access to scanning and everything, and they can now go for female feticide. So female feticide drastically increased in Punjab and Haryana, which is also connected to green revolution. So this is what we mean by the so-called sociological perspective, like sex ratio connected with this green revolution, and this connected to migration. And what is the impact in the non-green revolution area? Their female have to take up agriculture. So that led to what? Feminization of agriculture and feminization of poverty. Sex ratio increased there, but that led to feminization of poverty, because male population went to some other areas. So this is how we need to write. We need to see each and every topic in sociology, and this is what you mean by that sociological understanding. Okay, so we won't see things like a general studies student. Never ever a general studies student will write these points. They can't even imagine that. Only we can do that. So now itself you got the answer whether sociology is common sense or not. Sociology is no way common sense. Common sense, just by using common sense, nobody can come up with this kind of conclusion. So it is based on evidence and reason and proper research. Okay, then changing modes of production in Indian agriculture. Earlier it was a kind of feudalistic setup, now it is a kind of capitalist setup. So we will see in between what all things happen. Okay, problems of rural labor and bondage migration. These are essay topics also. Then industrialization and urbanization in India, evolution of modern industry, all this informal sector, child labor, slums and deprivations. These are random common topics. I'm skipping this now. Politics and society, I've told you the same topics you can see in nation, democracy, citizenship, political parties, pressure groups. Okay, regionalism, decentralization of power, secularization, all these we have seen there also. When we talk about regionalism, we will talk between, for example, let's suppose, when we talk about regionalism, we will discuss regionalism at 3-4 levels. Like within state, there can be regionalism. For example, I am from Kerala. So in Kerala, north versus south part, there will be regionalism. So we call it as intra-state regionalism. Within state, there will be regionalism. Then there can be problem with Tamil Nadu and Kerala. That is what interstate regionalism. Okay, or entire, if you talk about India, between north, south, there is a problem. That is what we can call it as intra-state, okay, regionalism. And then there will be supra-state regionalism. Then there can be secession from the state. You demand separate state. So regionalism can be studied at different levels, and we will see that, and the impact also we will see. Decentralization of power, it's not what you're studying in polity, we will add different dimensions to it. Secularization, social movements, very important chapter, and you can definitely expect 2 questions from this particular chapter. Okay, if these 2 are asked this year, there is a high probability that 2 questions from this 3 will be asked next year. Like that, they will repeat. So it is very important chapter, and you cannot afford to miss anything from this. In fact, nowadays you can't take chances in sociology, because all are short answers. No, so a lot of questions are coming, and options are so framed in such a way that you can't ignore any topic. So, and we don't want to leave anything for chances, because earlier there were 600 words questions. Now hardly 200 words, 250 words is what you need to write. So we can prepare contents for everything and anything. No problem with any topics in sociology now. And there's a very common topic: population size, growth, composition, components of population growth, population policy, family planning, emerging issues. These are GS topics. They can ask you question in GS1. Aging, problem of age, sex ratio, child and infant mortality, reproductive health, all this. Challenges of social transformation, crisis of development, displacement, environmental problems, sustainability, poverty, deprivation, inequality. This we have seen in the chapter of stratification already. Violence against women. See, violence against women, again, when you see, everybody can write violence against women, okay, but a sociologist will write, when you talk about violence, what we will do is, we will divide this into, within family and outside family. Okay, so you will make a clear-cut division between what you face in family and outside family, and further in that itself you will say there is a concept which is given by Merton. We will see that when it comes to that particular thinker, within family, manifest means direct, then latent means indirect. For example, when we talk about domestic violence, it comes under manifest. Domestic violence, beating, all these comes under manifest violence. Latent means within family, you can see the discrimination or against a female child related to health benefits, education, etc. Right? Those are latent violence. It is not seen directly, but it is having huge impact on the minds of the people. At the same time, it is a kind of violence. Okay, so manifest and latent, something which can be seen directly and something which is not manifested directly. Outside family also, you can again write manifest, that can be seen, like rape, all these things you can say over there. Okay, and latent means something which cannot be seen, like indecent representation of women. For example, you see an advertisement in the public which is indecent representation of women, means some other women also feel inferior or insecure, and that is also a kind of latent violence. So what I'm saying is, I'm introducing a different perspective here to see this particular thing. And normal this GS students cannot write that, and if you just write like GS student, you won't score also in this paper. So you have to incorporate. This is what I mean by sociological language, writing this manifest, latent, all those things. Okay, at the micro level, and then further we will divide manifest itself. Further we divide at micro, macro. That kind of divisions will make. Okay, similarly, ethnic conflicts, caste conflict, communalism, religious revivalism. Okay, so ism, then illiteracy, disparities in education, all these we will cover. So see, that's about the syllabus. So you don't want to worry about if you are new to this. Some of you are new to this, so you don't want to worry about the syllabus. We will cover each and everything without any problem. I'll give you the PDF notes for everything, and I'll tell you some. See, for example, some of you are taking for 2020 and most of you are for 2021. So if you are for 2021, we have enough time, and even after completing the syllabus, you can start reading some textbooks. Directly, you don't want to go and read this Abraham Morgan or Anthony Giddens or Ritzer. You might have read a lot of blogs of toppers, you might have seen a lot of videos, but I will tell you what chapter you need to read. If at all you need to read for thinkers, and I would say thinkers, the class that I'm going to give you and the materials that I'm going to give you in itself is enough, and you will be in a position to compare and write any thinkers with any situation. You will not face any problem in thinkers. Okay, that I can guarantee you. Secondly, for paper 2, you need to read other text also. For example, social movements, you need to read Ghanshyam Shah. I'll tell you when you are supposed to buy. I'll tell you that Ghanshyam Shah, then Danagare, then KL Sharma you need to buy, and Ram Ahuja. These are the 4 basic books you need to buy, and one more Veena Das. Okay, for getting that sociological perspective. So again, within that also you need to read some selective chapters only. For example, modernization of Indian tradition, Yogendra Singh. If you buy the textbook, that is reading and understanding the complete textbook is not required. Only few pages are required, and I'll tell you what to read for that particular topic. Okay, so that's what exactly I'm planning. The objective is what? The objective is to reduce your effort and making you understand the complete sociology and making you capable of writing a sociological answer. And that we can do once we complete the syllabus. You can write the test series with me. We'll have a one-to-one discussion, and then that problems will be solved. So whatever you need to read, whatever text you need to buy, I will tell you. Paper 1, actually you don't want to read anything apart from Harlem Boss. Harlem Boss orange one you can get, not the blue one also. That is slightly bulky, and that much is not required. You can get the orange one. For thinkers, you don't want to read anything, and for some chapters like politics and society, social change, religion, family, for these 4 chapters, and maybe to an extent stratification also, you can read this particular book, Harlem Boss. I'll tell you which page number, which chapter you need to read over there. Okay, when it comes to that particular time. But if at all you need to buy some book now, just get that orange Harlem Boss. That's enough. And see this EPW and all, I've got messages from you people only, whether you need to you need to read EPW, Veena Das, etc. If you have time, you can read EPW every day, every issue. You can see the new topics which are coming, which are sociologically very relevant. You may face some problem in the beginning, but later it will be very easy for you. You will get that perspective. It will be written by sociologists only, so you'll get to know that perspective. But once we complete sociology, it will be very easy for you to understand. But now it is going to be slightly difficult. But anyway, you will match with that later. So EPW, if you are for 2021, you can start reading. Okay, you can get it online, or Veena is something which you can keep. It is like a handbook for sociology. You can keep that, and that also will give you good perspective. Okay, any doubts? Now you can talk. If you have any doubt, you can talk.
Sir, I have a question.
Tell me. Tell me.
Sir, if I'm not able to attend the live classes,
Yes.
from where I will be able to access the videos?
See, right now, till now, what all classes I have taken for the other batch, I have uploaded in YouTube. But that will not be happening.
I have seen all.
Yeah. So that will not be there. I will stop uploading in YouTube from now onwards, and instead we created our own platform. There is an app that we have created already for providing it to the students, and I'll give you access to that videos through the app. Or in YouTube itself, we can make. We are making this private videos, and we are sending or something unlisted videos or something, so that the public won't get access. You can get access to it. I have the link and I can share you. So each and every topic I'll give you, even in case if you are missing, you don't want to face any problem. All the videos, the Zoom classes are recorded. Apart from that, I'm recording it for the online classes separately also. Online classes are recorded separately for that purpose. Okay.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Yeah. Don't worry about the missing classes. That you will get everything. And the PDFs I will send through the WhatsApp group that we have created now. And regarding the test that you can take anytime, it is not necessary that you need to take it now or when you are completing the paper. Whenever you feel comfortable, you can take the test. 8 tests is there with this package, so you can take that test anytime. And I myself will be evaluating all the papers, not with any assistance or not with any other support, and I will be discussing with you personally after each test. But I would suggest you, if you have completed, so sure, some of you are already attended the classes. So for those people, if you want to take the test, you can take it now, at least paper 1, and then others you have to complete the classes and then start taking test. Otherwise, it will be difficult for you. Anything else you want to ask? You can ask now. We will start formally from tomorrow. Yeah.
Sir, I have a target for 2020.
Which one?
Okay. So first it was for 2019.
You have given?
My first attempt was 2019, and
Yes.
I have a target for 2020. Okay.
Okay.
So I had earlier told you regarding the sources that I follow. Okay, that is Essential Sociology by Nitin Sangwan. Okay. And he told me that this particular book is not sufficient for writing the answer. Okay. So I have some brief idea regarding the theories for social thinkers and some other chapters like politics and mobility. Okay, but I do not have any idea regarding how to write or how to frame the particular answer. I have a big issue with the writing answers. So in case you can give some kind of hint that how we can
We will definitely do that. You will not face any problem. And if you have already read that book, you will understand the conceptual understanding that you got from that book related to thinkers. And if you have seen my videos, how is it different? You might have already understood that. So there is no point in talking about whether that is enough or not. That you can realize the difference. But obviously I'll tell you some chapters like research method, it is very easy because you can study directly, you get everything from that book. There is no need to refer too much of books. Research method, I would say that is okay, you can go with it. You can see stratification also, not for theories, but for other small topics like poverty, deprivation, all these concepts you can go with that book. Okay, but not necessarily theories. And thinkers, it demand some more, it demands something more. And regarding answer writing, that we will see, not a problem. Okay.
Hello, sir.
Yes.
Sir, can we refer Nitin Sangwan after attending our classes, sir?
See, Nitin Sangwan book you will understand much better once you attend the class. All the missing links are covered in the class. So I would say for thinkers, you don't want anything. You can obviously refer to that book for some topics which are not, completed, or you feel like incomplete. Like research method, you can refer. I told you, stratification, you can do that. Some topics of paper 2, you can do that.
Okay.
Yeah. Yes.
Hello.
Tell me.
Sir, for beginners, which would be good? Within Sangwan or?
No, you don't start reading that. That is a guide. So you need a sociological perspective. So start reading Harlem Boss. If you want to read, attend the classes and start reading Harlem Boss. First you read that, you may face some difficulty, but it will be good for you. The other one is guide. If you're done with the classes, if you're done with the proper reading of the other textbooks, to consolidate that, it will be good. So you will be in a position to take what required and what not required from that. So you should be the judge when you're reading that particular book. Whenever you're reading a guide, you should be the judge that which one you need to take, which one you should not take. But that should not be the problem in case of Harlem Boss. Okay. So start with Orange Harlem Boss. But start with the classes. That itself will give you complete idea about all the topics. And if something extra is required, you can go through I would say for some topic you can go through even Mahapatra sir's note also. Vajira materials you all can get, and paper 2, whatever I have seen which is available in the market, the best I have seen so far is from Mahapatra sir.
Sir, I have a question regarding paper 2.
Tell me.
Sir, for those who are attending the 2020 mains, okay. Prelims is yet to come, but those who are targeting the 2020. So what other sources except Nitin Sangwan and Mahapatra sir notes? What are the sources we have to follow? You as you said that
you read
very uncertain.
Veena Das, you read, that will be fine. And then I don't think Nitin Sangwan will do good for paper 2. Paper 1, some conceptual clarity, it is fine. Paper 2, Mahapatra sir note will be enough. But nothing is not enough for paper 2. Mahapatra sir note will do good for you. Nitin Sangwan, the missing chapters you can complete anyway. Everything, see, you will get the satisfaction of completing the syllabus with Nitin Sangwan. It is good in a way. You are completing the syllabus, so you will feel that confidence. Everything is there. It is a one go you can complete the syllabus, and it is easy language also. Okay, and you can get all the thinkers which need to be quoted, etc. from that. So some additional thinkers, etc. you can get from that book, which you may not get from other books, because that person already referred to so many other books and compiled all the thinkers, whatever is required. So in that way you can use that book. Make it as complementary, not as your sole source. You have class note. When you're attending the class, you have complete class notes, the PDF, and use that as complementary to add like few points. Okay, Asif, and you can read this Veena Das.
So I have to start reading Veena Das and one other book, one other magazine you were saying that EPW.
No, that I don't think that you need to read now. I will what I will do is, before your prelims, once you clear the prelims, before your mains, I will take up a separate discussion for important articles in EPW. I'll discuss everything, and I'll discuss in a sociological perspective. I'll discuss all the important issues possible for you. Focus on prelims now. You can attend the class. and whatever little time you can spend for sociology, you do that. I would say not more than 3 hours you should spend on 3 to 4 hours you spend on sociology. Don't do that. Maximum 3 to 4 hours is what you need to spend for sociology now, including class. Maybe classes for one or 1.5 hour, and then maybe 2 hours you can spend for reading. But take your time for your prelims. Don't take it for granted. I tell you, prelims is the most difficult one. Once you clear prelims, even within 2 months, I can help you and I can make you clear easily. Because it's all about mains, is all about, you can do that. It's all about writing, it's all about strategy. Already you have the knowledge, so you can clear it. Not a problem in mains. But prelims you will face problem if you keep on, focusing only on sociology at this point of time. You may think that you might have prepared till May 31. All these things will be there in your mind, but even that won't be enough. You need to get that competitive advantage in prelims anyway. You have to prepare prelims. No, don't take it for granted. This is what I want to tell all of you who's going to take 2020 prelims. And 2020 prelims will be very difficult because everybody got this advantage. Okay, so after
share some tips for
prelims, are you taking this year prelims? Are you taking prelims this year?
Yes, sir.
So I hope you might have already attended the classes, and then you take the test, maximum test you take. I would say, you don't want to join any prelims test series. Nobody can give you anything in joining the test series. If at all you need to join something, you can join the mains test series, and you can do that with me. There is no need to join any test series and getting evaluated your paper by students like you only. There is no need to do that. Prelims, you can get all the question papers from all the institute from Telegram channels. And I would say you try to solve all these questions. If not sitting in actual exam environment, maybe once in a week you can do that. But every day you read a question paper and you read the complete solution, and 100 questions you have to do every day, so that you will be in sync with that. And 100 days, 100 question papers, 10,000 questions, 10,000 topics, you will be super confident. And that's what actually required. Reading through questions will help you to remember things in prelims, and you can solve also easily. Do that and take do that. Definitely you should do that. At least one question paper you take and solve it, and you don't want to revise. You will come to know when you see the options. It is not necessary. Even if it is not possible to revise, it's okay. Just leave it. And you can watch my economy and history videos also. History is complete in itself if you haven't attended any classes. If you attend my history classes, reading spectrum will be very easy for you. So I would say solve, yeah.
Sir, reading IGNO is necessary, sir. IGNO BA and
IGNO, some textbooks, textbooks, selected chapters. I will tell you. At this point of time, you don't want to. I will tell you.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, regarding prelims, only one coaching institute test paper which I got from internet, like
no,
free
by
UPSC material.
You can free UPSC material. You can get all the coaching institute for Vision IAS, Forum, Insight, Vajiram, GS Core. Everything is there. Even I am going through all these papers also. Even now also I am going through all these papers.
So I'm asking that only one coaching institute paper, solving paper is sufficient, or we have to follow some single or
as much as possible you solve. If you ask me 100 is sufficient, I would say 100 is not sufficient. But whatever time is possible, it's all about clearing the prelims. 10 lakh people, 10,000. What percentage it is? Understand that. It is 1%. But when it comes to mains, 10,000 to 3,000, it is 30%. It is not about the difficulty. Mains is obviously difficult, writing is obviously difficult, but the intake in terms of the